The Day the Sky Split, Chapter 2. Matthias was a sailor by trade, and a pragmatic man. Once that sinuous demonic hand had thrown the world into chaos, he had been instructed to aid the people of the land to find a safer, more stable nation. As his galleon had beached, he met with the caravan led by Tabitha. As the caravan boarded his ship, they all thanked him, but each with different looks on their faces. Some seemed to be in a state of bliss, entirely confident their new captain would lead them to safety. Most seemed cautiously optimistic, but others simply said, "Thanks for your trouble," with a tone of despair, as if this were all just a gesture in the wake of impending doom. After they set sail, Matthias had done a quick check of his crew, gave them their orders, and went back to his captain's quarters. After checking to see how her people were doing and tending to the wounded, Tabitha decided to talk with the captain to see if she could get a better grasp of the situation. She knocked gently on the captain's quarters. "Who's there?" The mariner's voice was stern but polite. "It's Tabitha of the caravan," she responded in kind, figuring that must be the custom in these circles. "And I wish to discuss the current situation." "Oh," the captain's voice relaxed. "Come on in." She gently pulled the door open and walked inside. The cabin was mostly splintered and rugged, much like the rest of the ship, but aside from that it was neat, clean, and orderly, with all the instruments placed neatly on the shelves, paper sorted into bins on his clean desk, and chairs lined to the side in an orderly manner. "Pull up a seat." The captain gestured towards one of the chairs. "If you feel so inclined." As Tabitha fixed a seat in front of the desk, the captain went back to his instruments, ears still attentive. "I wish to express my gratitude again, Captain." "You can drop the formality if you like." He made a gentle hand gesture. "You're not in my crew, so you don't have to treat me like your superior." Tabitha smiled. "Well, either way you have our thanks." She looked around the cabin, listening to the waves crash against the sides of the boat. "I'd like to ask," she said, looking back to him. "I need to ask, what kind of trouble should we expect to run into? And is there anything we can do to help?" Matthias jotted down a few notes and responded, "To be honest, even we're not sure what's going to—" He paused and looked intently at one of the instruments, but it turned out to be nothing to happen. "If something comes up, we'll tell you what to do." Tabitha nodded. "It seems even those up top don't know what's going on," she said as the smile faded from her face. There was a pause. "Oh, I didn't mean any—" "No, you're right," the captain interrupted. "There's nothing that could prepare us for this. Still, we sailors are trained to handle the unexpected, even if not to this degree." Tabitha nodded. "Would you like to say a prayer?" Matthias felt a bit awkward. "Oh, sorry, I've never believed in that stuff. No offense." "None taken," Tabitha said as the smile returned to her face. "Just curious," the captain asked, while taking his eyes off his instruments for a brief second. "What's with the whole God of Rest thing? How do you guys ever get anything done?"
"Oh," Tabitha explained, "the tenets actually state that sometimes we must work hard so others may rest, and—" She paused. "Oh, you must think I'm trying to convert you, don't you?"
"Oh, no," Matthias said as he turned back to his tools. "Just a civil exchange of ideas, nothing to take offense to."
"Oh, good."
Tabitha was relieved, as she didn't want to stress their rescuer any more than needed.
"If you wish, I could leave you to pray to your gods."
Matthias gave out a quick laugh. "Oh, I don't believe in any. Never have."
Tabitha pondered. "There are some who consider that hand to be a god."
Matthias stared out of the window of his cabin, rapping his fingers on his desk. "Yeah, well, I still don't like 'em." He stared out a few more seconds and went back to his instruments.
"Well," Tabitha replied, "neither do I."
There were a few minutes of silence until the captain noticed something odd in the instruments. Suddenly he leapt over his desk and towards the door, flinging it open. He turned his head towards Tabitha. "If you want to help, do as I say. We have an emergency on our hands." End of Chapter 2.